Welcome, everybody, back to another episode. This is the Money Show. We've got a lot of drama to talk about. We're going to talk about Floyd Mayweather, Will Smith, Elon Musk, and Jay-Z. And the question I'm asking today is, how much does one person need? How much money does one person need? Yes, we got a lot of differing opinions between the four men on this topic. So before we get started, make sure that you guys like this stream right now and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. You are watching The Money Show with Kelly. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right into things. We're going to start off with Will Smith. I saw a lot of interesting clips from 2025 where Will Smith was saying that after a certain point that money does not buy happiness, and it actually brings misery in his opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section if you agree with Will Smith that money does not buy happiness. Because there's some people saying it does buy happiness and some people saying that it does not buy happiness. So let's get into this clip of Will Smith explaining his views on money.
There's an amount of money that once you pass it, it buys misery. Once you have a certain amount of money, you can change people's lives. So it's really all people can think about. So it's difficult to make new friendships at certain financial points, right? In America, somewhere around $1 million a year, it starts going the other way, where it's more problems beyond that. And you start getting into really an attack zone. The material world is utterly incapable of providing lasting happiness. It's just you have to get to the ends of the things and still be miserable to realize that. People talk about rock bottom. I coined a phrase that there's a corresponding place I call it cliff top, where you wear out everything in the material world. It is an absolute abyss when you realize that there's nothing left in this world to reach for to make you happy. And then you realize that the final frontier is getting your inner house in order, with no women, with no drugs, with no money, with nothing. Can you cultivate a joyful spirit just with you and you?
So those were two clips of Will Smith explaining that money does not buy you happiness, and he has reached a point where he no longer needs to buy material things. And I've seen a lot of videos with Will Smith saying the same thing. Will Smith just said, after you reach $1 million, money actually makes you miserable. And in some other interviews, Will Smith, let me get him here on the screen right now. Will Smith, Hollywood box office, sensation, who, has had it all, more than a lot of us, is saying that money does not buy you happiness. And I wonder if he'd be willing to give up all of his money to be regular again. Now, I don't think he would do that, but what do you guys think? Would you like to trade places with Will Smith, or would you like to keep the life that you have right now? So, I want to welcome everybody who's coming in right now. This is The Money Show. We are talking about Will Smith, Floyd Mayweather, Elon Musk, and Jay-Z. And the question of the day is, how much money does one person need? So as you can see right here on the screen, we have Will Smith with his lovely wife, Jada Pinkett. And you can see how much, how much money Will Smith has made through his career. And right there in the middle. And, ultimately, Will Smith has said in several interviews in recent years how, in the earlier part of his career, he was acquiring a lot of things, and how now later in his career, he's downsizing. So, I'm sure, in Hollywood, I'm not saying he did, but many of them have to sell their souls and do things to get, good roles and advance in the Hollywood scene. So who knows what type of things that he did to get ahead. So yes, that is Will Smith saying that money does not buy you happiness. I know that we have a few comments here. I'm going to get to the comments. If you guys have anything that you'd like to say, drop a comment in the comment section, and I will be glad to read your comments. So let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, hi. We got a comment just saying hi, welcome to the show. We got another comment. It's Hollywood. If either of you two are still here, let me know. How much money do you think that you would need to be satisfied, to be content, to be happy? Or do you think that that is not achievable? Because Will Smith, he's been going through a lot over the last, 5 years, especially ever since that infamous Oscar slap that was heard around the world. And his career just has never been the same since. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys still love Will Smith, or do you feel like his career basically has fallen off a cliff ever since he slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars? Let me know. Or do you think that his career was already falling off before? Or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe his career's not falling off. Let me know what you guys think right now. Now I'm going to play those two clips again, and we're going to see. Let me know what you guys think about what he has to say.
The material world is utterly incapable of providing lasting happiness. It's just you have to get to the ends of the things and still be miserable to realize that. People talk about rock bottom. I coined a phrase that there's a corresponding place called, I call it cliff top, where you wear out everything in the material world. It is an absolute abyss when you realize that there's nothing left in this world to reach for to make you happy. And then you realize that the final frontier is getting your inner house in order, with no women, with no drugs, with no money, with nothing. Can you cultivate a joyful spirit just with you and you?
All right, so ask yourselves that. Can you cultivate a joyful spirit by yourself? Now, hearing him say that made me think of a person that I know who, told me, that confided in me, that they do not like to be alone, like at all, like ever. That they like to have someone always around them. And, I am definitely not that way. I have no problem in being alone. And I just thought, there are definitely people in this world that, being alone, they don't feel comfortable in their own skin. They kind of constantly need to be around others because they don't feel comfortable in who they are. And that's definitely sad. um, so yeah, that is Will Smith talking about if money buys you happiness or not. All I would like to say is, money probably doesn't buy you happiness, but it allows you to do things that you wouldn't be able to do if you didn't have money. So just give me the money. Hey, look, you could be broke and not happy, or you could be rich and not happy. So I might as well just be rich. I might as well just be rich then, because I'm not going to be happy either way. So I might as well eat good, travel good, shop good. What do you guys think? I mean, if you're not going to be happy either way, I might as well just get the money. I mean, I might as well just get the money. You only live once, right? That's what they say. So I might as well get the money. Now, so that is an interesting perspective of Will Smith. And this brings me to the next person that I want to talk about today, who's been trending all over social media like for like the last month. I mean, think long and hard. No other than Mr. Bad Bitch himself, Floyd Mayweather. He loves bags, watches, and cars, and he's made more money. Can you believe it? He's made more money than the accomplished actor Will Smith. He's estimated to have made 1.2 billion in his boxing career, and he does not agree with Will Smith. Floyd Mayweather has said, they've asked him before, why does he spend like he does? And he says, you can't take it with you. Why not? So his perspective is a lot different than Will Smith. Floyd Mayweather has admitted that he loves shopping. He loves bags. He loves designer bags, designer watches. He has a watch for 18 million. Let me say that again. He has a watch for $18 million and he has more than 100 cars. Can you guys believe that? He just loves to shop. The man loves to shop. He's probably the type of guy that gets a pizza and puts 10 toppings on it. Like most of us were like, we don't want to put too many toppings because they charge anywhere from $2 to $4 a topping. Floyd Mayweather's like, I want pepperoni, sausage, green bell peppers, mushrooms, onions. Give me everything. Give me everything. You only live once. Why not? So, with money, Mayweather, he's been trending, but not in the most positive news. Floyd Mayweather, let me update you guys in case you didn't know, in case you've been living under a rock. Floyd Mayweather has been sued for $4.6 million. $4.6 million over fights that he agreed to and maybe backing out of, just, this is just crazy. Every day there seems to be a new report on him being sued or suing someone and having some type of money and financial problems. We have another, story that broke last week that Floyd Mayweather is facing felony charges over a watch that he purchased in December of 2024. And when the jeweler went to the bank the next day to cash the check, it bounced. The jeweler tried to contact Floyd Mayweather for a year and a half. Floyd Mayweather ignored all the phone calls. So, of course, the business owner wants to get their $200,000 for the watch that Floyd Mayweather received and didn't pay for. So now, Floyd Mayweather has been charged with 2 felony counts of they believe that he allegedly knowingly that Floyd Mayweather knowingly wrote a check that he couldn't cash. And I'm wondering, what did he think would come of this? Was he planning on paying it at, years later once he got the 200,000? And, a lot of people have been saying, He's not broke. I don't believe it. I've been doing a lot of videos on Floyd Mayweather, so make sure that you guys check out my other videos on him. But I mean, for Floyd Mayweather, when you've made $1.2 billion in your career, $200,000 is nothing. So why didn't you pay for the watch? It's only $200,000. For the way that he spends, what is 200,000? I'm sorry. This shows and proves that he's definitely having problems. So let's get to some of the comments, see what you guys are saying. Let's see what you guys are saying. Make sure that you guys like this stream right now and make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. You are watching The Money Show with Kelly. We got a comment here. After a period of time with money, you start to take life for granted. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We got another comment. I've been rich, I've been poor. Rich is better. So if you're still in here and you don't mind elaborating, when you were rich, how much money did you have in the bank? Explain money in the bank, assets, and when you've been poor, what is poor? Now, I will say, based on what you just said, I've had no money. I've been, I guess, on the rise, and I'm nowhere comparing myself to any of these people, but I've made more money than I guess you could say I needed. But, I will say this, based on having $0, having a few hundred, and having, I don't want to say a lot. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I've ever been rich. I was never rich. But I will say this, I would rather have 50,000 in my bank account just sitting there like normally, instead of having a bank account that fluctuates between 0 and less than 500, let's say. I would much rather have money and not have to worry. Think about this. Would you rather be poor or rich? When you're rich, you can go to the gas station right now. You don't care if gas is $5 or $6 a gallon. You could fill it up. You just spent $80 or $100. Yeah, it sucks, but life goes on. When you are poor, that's when you go to the gas station and say, I want to get $10 on 5. That only gets you 2 gallons. As soon as you start the engine, you just lost, you probably got 40, 45 miles. As soon as you start the engine, you just lost like 2 miles. You can't go anywhere like that. So I would say this, I've never been a millionaire or a billionaire, but I would like to try. Because if I'm not going to be happy anyway, I might as well just get the money. Think about it. If you're going to be poor and not happy, or you're going to be rich and not happy, I might as well just be rich. I don't understand why I would want to be poor for. And I'm not saying that anybody wants to be poor. I know that nobody actually wants to be poor. I just don't see, I don't know. The only thing I will say about if somebody has been poor and has been rich, at least they know what it's like not to have anything. So they would be a lot more, that person would be a lot more, at least they've experienced, what different sides than someone who's only had one side. I see that we have another comment here. All the nutrients that your body doesn't absorb will enter mine. Okay, this is a weird comment. I'm going to have to start reading the comments first before I put them on the screen. But yes, Floyd Mayweather has been sued for $4.6 million. And also, Floyd Mayweather is currently facing felony charges for allegedly writing a check knowingly that, they're alleging that he knew that the check wouldn't clear. Also, Floyd Mayweather has been ordered to pay a woman that used to work at his strip club $1 million. $1 $1 million. Let me say that again. $1 million in back child support and $32,000 a month with a child that apparently she had a few years ago. So, Floyd Mayweather is a new father once again at the tender age of 49 years old. I mean, how many kids does this man have with how many different women? I guess he's following in the footsteps of Elon Musk. Yes. We have a comment here. I would rather be poor and hungry than a rich a-hole. I see rich people all day long and they are the most disrespectful people. All right, so I'm going to actually go against what you just said. I do not agree with that. Now, I do respect your comment and thank you for your comment. I would not rather be poor and hungry. And I do not agree that because someone is rich that they are disrespectful, because I work around a lot of rich people. I don't know what you mean by rich, but let me explain what I mean by rich. Like, I mean, I don't know how much money they have in their bank accounts, but I am around people that live in mansions that are like 10 million, 5 million, 10 million, $15 million. They live in gated, guarded gates, where if you were to go to where they live, you have to provide an ID. They have to take your license plate information. We're talking about like really super wealthy, and I don't agree that they are the most disrespectful. I don't believe that your how much money you have or don't have it has anything to do with how you treat people, because let's say you could be broke or average. Don't you know regular people walking by you every day that are rude? I mean, the average person does rude things all day long. Most of us have cars, right? How many times do you get cut off every day? How many times do you pass someone or get into some type of road rage incident? How many times are you like in a grocery store and somebody might, walk right in front of you and they don't even say excuse me? Like, there's so many, different things that people do that are rude. So, I mean, if you want to elaborate more on what things that you think that a rich person might do when they're disrespectful than what the average person does. But in my opinion, I would not agree that because someone is rich that they're more disrespectful, unless you want to elaborate on a couple of things that might be different. But let's take you guys down memory lane of, Money Mayweather and how he got into the position that he's currently in right now.
The $20 bills section. We like to call this the Andrew Jackson section, but I like to call it wallpaper. 200,000 in 20s. I heard in the song you can get the biggest Chanel bag in the store if you want it. Well, it's the biggest Chanel bag in the world. I got this bag from Karl Lagerfeld. R.I.P. May he rest in peace. Money getting motherfucker like myself, always showing out, always talking shit. Like 1.8 million, you know how it is. Check it out. Let them know it's all hundreds. Money made all motherfucking day.
And we're just getting started. Check out this next clip.
I can't speak for nobody else. I only can speak for myself. When you VIP, you shop how you want to shop. Check it out. The Himalaya bag, of course. Shopping with the Himalaya today. Let's foot up. A little bit today. Let's foot up a little bit. Light cash, little work. I'm shopping all by myself. Look at the whole store. Check it out. Look.
So that was Floyd Money Mayweather showing out and showing us that he can shop after hours at the department store. And let's get into another clip. Floyd is going to show you what he likes to take with him when he travels.
Crazy. People are always in my fucking business, worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? You know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I say, fuck it. If I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs 18 million. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do for you motherfucking haters today? I'm gonna go fuck off $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made all motherfucking day.
And as you saw right there, the money, the millions of dollars, definitely made him super confident in who he is. The money, the watches. I'm telling you guys, Floyd Mayweather likes bags, watches, and cars. He loves this. You guys don't believe me? Well, I got all types of receipts. I've got a lot of receipts to drop. We're gonna, I'm gonna show you guys and, help you guys.
Now my man, Greg, is behind that camera. What I'm doing right now, that's what I do every day. Shop. I'm gonna like a couple bucks. Greg, come with me. I didn't get these.
Yeah.
I did?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, folks, we make the best of it.
Now, I'm going to show you a clip of Floyd Mayweather giving us insight and showing us this bag that he really loves. Wait till you guys see this.
So, y'all gotta know the difference between a hack bag and a Birkin bag. So this is a man's carry-on bag when you're traveling. So a lot of times when people see a male carrying a bag like this, they be like, oh, that's a Birkin. You have to know the difference. Look it up. HAC, it's a hack bag. But I like to call it a hop, but it's really called a hack. You see, this is the size of it. No. This is different. This is a man's carry-on. Now, of course, we have two new Birkins right here. As you can see, custom bags. And y'all know the price of these, as you can see. Trick or treat, Halloween.
All right, so that was Floyd again showing us the difference between a man's carry-on bag and some other bags that he had. Now let's see what people are saying about Floyd. Do they feel sorry for him, or are they, ride or die fans?
So Floyd Mayweather is really broke? Like, for real? We've sat back for years and watched him pull out wads of cash, stacks of cash, and counting it out in front of people and everything. So is it really shocking? It just goes to show you it doesn't take a rocket scientist to spend a bunch of money. Anybody can just spend a bunch of money. The key is how to keep it. Anybody can just spend a bunch of money.
You guys tell me, what should I take out tonight and have fun on this Black Friday, on this Floyd Friday. It could be Ferrari Friday since it's Friday. So, Ferrari, number one. Ferrari, number two. Ferrari, number three. Or Ferrari, number four. So we got four choices tonight. We don't know what we want to take out tonight, or we could take out something else. So let's go back down the line. Walk on, let's go. We can take the Lambo out. We can take the Bentley Continental GT out. We can take Dawn out. We can take the Wraith out. We can take the Drop Head out.
All right, so that was Floyd Mayweather. Uh, that was Floyd Mayweather, Money May, giving us a tour, asking us which car should he take out tonight. And you know he's got more than 100 cars, so it must be a hard decision.
We got options. I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, the Maybach truck or Maybach truck, the big boy 4x4. I got options.
And that's one thing men love to say. They've got options. Cars are just like women. I've got options. Why would I want one when I can have 100? So, we got receipts, man. Floyd Mayweather, I got to give him his credit. He made himself a villain. He made himself somebody to watch, show me the money. And, he showed up and he showed out. So do you guys think that Floyd will make another resurgence? Or is it too little, too late? Is he going to be able to pay the $200,000 for the watch? Is he going to be able to pay the IRS the $7 million? Is he going to be able to pay this $4.6 million that he's being sued for? Is he going to be able to pay? Is Floyd Mayweather gonna be able to pay that $1 million in back child support and $32,000 per month? Let me know in the comment section right now. Would you rather be Will Smith or would you rather be Money? Out on $100 bill or something. Oh my goodness. Things are not looking too good for homeboy. Mr. Shop Till You Drop. This man has told us time and time again, he loves to shop out after hours. He loves to shop, as you guys can see here on the screen. He loves Gucci. He loves Balmain. He loves Karl Lagerfeld. He loves Dior. He loves it all. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Well, I've got more and more receipts.
The $20 bills section. We like to call this the Andrew Jackson section, but I like to call it wallpaper. 200,000 in 20s. I heard in the song you can get the biggest Chanel bag in the store if you want it. Well, it's the biggest Chanel bag in the world. I got this bag from Karl Lagerfeld. R.I.P. May he rest in peace. Money getting motherfucker like myself, always showing out, always talking shit. Like 1.8 million, you know how it is. Check it out. Let them know it's all hundreds. Money made all motherfucking day.
Floyd Mayweather goes on $1 million shopping spree.
See, you gotta realize, I shop when nobody else is at the store, except for my crew. Neiman's is closed right now, but I shop when I want to. Special hours, come with me. You know we in here shopping now. We in here shopping now. It's special hours. You know, special hours now. Special hours, we shopping now. I can't speak for nobody else. I only can speak for myself. When you VIP, you shop how you want to shop. Check it out. The Himalaya bag, of course. Shopping with the Himalaya today. Let's fill it up. A little bit today. Let's fill it up a little bit. Light cash, little work. I'm shopping all by myself. Look at the whole store. Check it out. Look. Now, my man, Greg, is behind the camera. What I'm doing right now, that's what I do every day. Shop. I know my life. Couple bucks. Greg, come with me. I didn't get these.
Yeah.
I did?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, folks, we make the best of it.
He wrote a bag check? How does that happen? Floyd Mayweather. Yes, the Floyd Mayweather that has raked in millions and millions and millions of dollars has had a summons for his arrest for not paying for a $200,000 watch that he gave a check and it bounced and he didn't make good of it. And this check bounced in 2024. I swear, guys, sometimes we think these people have more money than they do. Did he just forget to pay it? I mean, I'm sure they sent him a notice and says, hey, you owe us $200,000. Did he just blow it off and say, yeah, I'll get to that? Or did he not have $200,000? I mean, listen, people don't have $200,000 laying around, but you think Floyd Mayweather does. I think his Pacquiao fight, what do you win? Get $50 million, $60 million? How do you not have $200,000? I don't know, folks. Let me know in the comments. To me, this is crazy. This is crazy. He gets arrested.
これフリーしていただいて。あ、フリーした。免税するの。いい？こんな続けちゃう。これフリーしていただいて。あ、フリーした。フリーした。ちょっと待って。じゃあ。でもまだこの人割り当ててない。はい、こっちしていい？うん。あ、100。あ、じゃあ。これバリエーションしてます。
No, that's what we do. Red light having fun.
福島さん何番？
福島さんは
Elon Musk is now a trillionaire, and yet he's contributed absolutely fucking nothing to society aside from being built like Baron Harkonnen from Dune and having 4 baby mamas. There are no Musk hospitals, there are no Musk libraries. This guy could literally save the world, and yet all he does is collect baby mamas like Infinity Stones. This guy fucking sucks.
Genuinely tired of people saying, oh, Elon's a trillionaire, he can erase student debt, he can solve world hunger, when that's not how it works at all. Since when has our net worth ever equaled liquidity? It's not just money sitting in his checkings account. We all know his net worth is just his stocks tied to the companies he's owned. He cannot just write a check from it, and he can't sell it either, because the second he starts dumping stocks, the price collapses, and that number only exists because he's not selling. And also, do the math. Americans owe $2 trillion in student debt. That's double whatever he's worth. Keep in mind, that's still net worth, that's not liquid. And world hunger is a logistic issue. It's not really a capital issue. More importantly, if you had that, would you give it all away just because people online were telling you to? This is his scoreboard for 20 years that he's been recording of risk that no one else would take. Now do this. Try building something yourself first, even if it's small. See how hard and how much work it takes you to get there. Now see if you would hand it all just because a stranger said you had enough. I think you already know the answer to that.
That is two differing opinions. The woman absolutely detests the fact that Elon Musk is a trillionaire. And, maybe a little bit more rational opinion. This man, he explained, and he is correct that, running your own business and, all the hard work that it takes. So, what do you guys think? I talked about this last week, and a lot of people are not, they're not excited that, I guess who would be excited for another person to be a trillionaire? On paper, of course. He definitely doesn't have it in the bank, but on paper, I'm just like, let me hold, I won't be greedy. Let me hold $500,000. I'm gonna pay it back, but let me hold $500,000. Trust me, I wouldn't be going to work. So let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section. This is The Money Show. We've been talking about Floyd Mayweather, Will Smith, Elon Musk. The question of the show is, how much money does one person need? How much money does a person need to be satisfied, to be content? Can you be rich and have a lot of money? Because, according to Will Smith, you will not be happy with a lot of money. And I mean, he has a lot of money, so I guess we should take Will Smith's word for it, right? Now, I know we have some new people in here right now, so I'm just going to play a couple clips of earlier what I played of what Will Smith had to say on having money and what he said about having $1 million.
There's an amount of money that once you pass it, it buys misery. Once you have a certain amount of money, you can change people's lives. So it's really all people can think about. So it's difficult to make new friendships at certain financial points, right? In America, somewhere around $1 million a year, it starts going the other way, where it's more problems beyond that. And you start getting into really an attack zone. The material world is utterly incapable of providing lasting happiness. It's just you have to get to the ends of the things and still be miserable to realize that. People talk about rock bottom. I coined a phrase that there's a corresponding place called, I call it cliff top, where you wear out everything in the material world. It is an absolute abyss when you realize that there's nothing left in this world to reach for to make you happy. And then you realize that the final frontier is getting your inner house in order, with no women, with no drugs, with no money, with nothing. Can you cultivate a joyful spirit just with you and you?
Now, I don't know. I don't know about that. What do you guys think? Do you think you'd be able to cultivate a joyful spirit? Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. I hear some static in the background, so we might have to take a little break so that I can fix it. All right. I am back now. We're going to see if I was able to fix, the issue that was happening. All right. I am back now. We're going to see if I was able to fix, the issue that was happening. Oh my goodness. So it sounds like it's better now. Oh my goodness. So it sounds like it's better. Okay, so you guys are watching the Money Show, and the question is, how much money does one person need? Now, okay, you know what? I'm thankful that you asked me. I am going to answer for myself. How much money would I need to be happy? Well, I'm not saying I'm going to be happy, but I would say, how much money do I need for the rest of my life? Probably, I'll answer how much money would I take right now. Now, I'm not greedy. I don't need all the money in the world, I don't need all the money in the world. I don't even know. I don't even want to shortchange myself. But right now, just, to feel a little bit comfortable, I could take a couple 100,000. You see, I'm not even that greedy. I don't know, probably a couple 100,000. I wouldn't even work. I'm not working the rest of the summer. I'll come back in October. Like I said, I'm not that greedy. I'm not that greedy. But, let me know in the comment section, how much money would you need to be happy? Like, I don't know. I guess, honestly, I would like to see if I had enough money and I didn't have to work, I could spend that time that I spend working doing other things that actually, make me happy. So, I don't know. But now we're going to get on to the next story. The next story, we are going to talk about Jay-Z, Mr. Jigga My Igga. So Jay-Z is going to release an album at Target. No big deal, right? Well, apparently it's a big deal because, Target got rid of DEI initiatives last year in 2025. And Black people are saying that, that they boycotted Target. Now, I was aware of the boycott, but I wasn't aware that it was still like active, that people were still. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's individuals, they boycott all different types of stores for different reasons. But I'm getting at that I didn't think that this boycott for Target amongst, African Americans, that it was still largely going. So, Jay-Z announced last week that he's going to release a limited edition vinyl that is going to be exclusively released at Target on June 26th. Now, a lot of artists release exclusive albums at Target. I know that Taylor Swift did that for her last album. I've seen Taylor Swift and Adele albums exclusively at Target, which is great for Target because if it can only be found there, it will make you have to walk all the way to the back of the store where you potentially might buy other products on your way to grab Jay-Z's album. And, just like people had to do when, Adele and Taylor Swift released their albums exclusively at Target. But Black Americans, some of them are very upset with Jay-Z. They are saying that Jay-Z will do anything for money. And they're saying that, Jay-Z, is an opportunist. Now, I will say this, I'm not saying that they're lying. I am not saying that they're lying. However, Jay-Z could do whatever he wants to do. I mean, ultimately, it's your decision what you want to do. So, people wake up. If you are boycotting Target, obviously you're not going to go buy the album. So do we have any Jay-Z fans in here? Anybody who's going to go rush to Target on Friday to scoop this limited edition vinyl? And, on the other hand, I would have to agree with those who say that because of the boycott on Target from Black people, that this is a poor decision. However, regardless of what happens, Jay-Z's a billionaire and it keeps us talking about him. And that is what these people want. And I will say this, I'm going to take it a little bit further. Obviously Beyonce's married to Jay-Z, right? So Beyonce already knew, think about this. When you ink a deal like this, he didn't just ink the deal last week. He probably talked to Target 6 months ago or a year ago. He already knew he wanted to release a limited edition vinyl for, to celebrate the 30 years of Reasonable Doubt. He didn't just call them last week. So Beyonce knew that he was going to do this. And I would imagine that if you want to, for your marriage to work, you're probably going to be on the same page. It's not like she's probably telling him, no, don't release that. And then he does it anyways. So she knew that he was going to do this. So they're one of the same. So, a lot of Black Americans are very upset with Jay-Z because he's going to release a limited edition vinyl to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Reasonable Doubt album. And, when I was, I'll give you guys a little insight. When I was, young, I actually did have a Jay-Z album. I think I had the Hard Knock Life album. I don't know, that song, everyone knows the Hard Knock Life song, Annie and all that. But, I don't know. I think that with all these boycotts, the Asian boycott, the Target boycott, I even hear people saying that they want to boycott Jay-Z. So what do you guys think about that? Are you guys, big Jay-Z fans? or you're just like, I don't really care either way. Now, I'm not buying any vinyl. I don't have a record player, and I don't want to collect Jay-Z albums. So, I'm cool. I'm not, so I'm not tripping on this. But, with the slew of people always saying, how, in social media that they don't have money and all this. I mean, all the people claiming they don't have money, they got to work all these jobs. You guys probably shouldn't be buying limited edition vinyls of any artist. And I mean, how much is this vinyl also? I don't want to speak, but I believe I may have read that this vinyl was $40. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. Jay-Z is estimated now in 2026 to be worth $2.8 billion. And we know that Beyonce recently became a billionaire like in the last 6 months or so. So they're doing pretty good for themselves. That's 3.8 billion in net worth and climbing. Beyonce's only 44 years old. Jay-Z is 56 years old. And they seem to be pretty savvy and smart with what they do with their money, unlike Floyd Mayweather. So this is not the beginning. This is not the end for them. They will still keep climbing in wealth. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Are you guys going to buy Jay-Z's limited edition vinyl at Target? And were you previously boycotting Target, or, were you shopping there? I don't know. I'm not anti Jay-Z, but I'm indifferent. I don't think anything bad or good. So for me, I'm cool. I'm not running to the store to buy no $40 vinyl for anybody. I'm a Mariah Carey fan, and I still wouldn't go buy a vinyl of hers for $40. Right now, I'm not doing stuff like that. So I'm good right now. We got a comment here. The cattle will be told where to spend their money. So do you think that people are going to run to Target to make sure they get a copy of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album that came out 30 years ago in 1996? Ooh, we got someone who does not like Jay-Z. You say Jay-Z's music isn't good. So wait, you're telling me you didn't like the Hard Knock Life song? You didn't like Jigga What, Jigga Who? What other songs does he have? The one with Alicia Keys, Empire State of Mind. Crazy in Love with Beyonce. You didn't like any of those songs? What else? H to the Izzo, B to the Izzo. You didn't like that song either? I'm not even gonna lie. I did like Jay-Z. That was a great time. When Jay-Z was hot back in the day, I loved that era. I loved Jay-Z. I loved DMX. I love DMX. So that era of like the late 90s to the early 2000s, let me take you, I'm not a rap expert by any means, but let me take you guys, down a little bit of a memory lane. Thank you for your comments, by the way. I like DMX a lot. Do you know that I met DMX probably like at least 2 times for sure? DMX lived in the state that I live in, and I would see him regularly at the Albertsons grocery store. But that era of the late 1990s, I liked Jay-Z, DMX, Ludacris, Nelly, 50 Cent, Eminem, Ja Rule, Fat Joe, Big Pun, like all those people who all came out in that era, like the 98 to 2005. Wasn't that a great time for rap music? Or am I just crazy? Lil Wayne and all those people, like it was awesome. Oh, I think I forgot to mention Ludacris, and also Ti. Do you guys remember Chingy? Like I like that era of rap way better than right now. We got another comment here. We'll see Target. We'll see if the sheep buy the album. Well, the album doesn't come out until the 26th, which is Friday. So it's going to probably take about 3 days over the weekend for them to make the prediction of how many units it's going to sell. Now, keep in mind, this is a reissue. It's not a brand new album. So don't expect it to do like 400,000 first week, or, we're not even living in that kind of era anymore. But if he moves like a modest 10, 20K or something from an album that came out 20 years ago, I mean, we're going to see. We're going to see. And remember, it's a vinyl. Like, how many people have vinyl players? Vinyl record players. I'm assuming for a lot of people, it's not going to be to really play the album. It's just going to be able to have like what do you call that? Like a souvenir. Like if I bought it, I wouldn't really play it. I would just have it and then, be a collector's item. But Jay-Z's not my guy, so it's not something I would buy. Now if it was Mariah Carey's, 30-year anniversary of, the Vision of Love album or whatever her first album was called. Yeah, I would get that if I had money. But that's just who I'm a fan of. But yes, definitely DMX is much better. DMX and Tupac, of course. So let's see what you guys are saying. It was a good time for rap music, but Jay-Z wasn't the best in that era. Most people were listening to other people. Well, I'll say this. I will say this. In that era, don't you think that, back then albums were selling like a lot? Obviously in 2026, albums don't sell anymore, like, because of streaming. I would say Jay-Z was definitely like, I mean, I don't even know. I would say there's not really any point to rank these people because back then, all those people that I mentioned were hot. So he may not have been the hottest, but like, he was definitely, they were all in the same league, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Eminem, Ja Rule, Nelly, Ludacris, Lil Wayne. They were all hot. Like they all were selling. I mean, you could say, well, 50 Cent's first album sold however many they sold. So yeah, 50 Cent was the hottest for like his first album. And obviously Eminem sold a lot. Nelly sold a lot. I remember Nelly, when he had that double album where one was country and the other one was hip hop. I had that album. Who didn't love Ludacris? Chingy. Like I used to listen to all that stuff. Ja Rule and Ashanti. Remember when they were hot for how long was Ja Rule and Ashanti hot for? Like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So like everyone had their era and their time, I'm just saying that period of rap, the late 90s to, I don't know, mid 2000s was great. I don't really like the rappers of today. Like I don't like any of the new people. Like I know a lot of people, they love like Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say anything. I don't know. I don't know why. I just never got into those people. I've never gotten into them. Nicki Minaj, I don't know. I don't really care for any of these people. Well, I never said that Jay-Z sold the most albums. I'm just saying that in that class, in that period, in the late 90s, that he's in that, top 10 rapper category. You can rank the people however you want to rank them, but Jay-Z definitely is a top 10 rapper from that era. And, in life and in the industry, it's about longevity, not just who was the. Think about this. Let's say, let's say like R&B. Let's say like R&B. Okay, so who were the top girls in R&B back in the day? In the same time, it was Brandy, right? Brandy, Monica, and then a little bit later, okay, then you could say Maya, right? You could also say a little bit later, then you had Sierra, you had Beyonce and Rihanna, right? So, okay, so and also Ashanti, how can we forget? So think about it like this. Out of all those people I just said, who still is like, still, big time? Like obviously Rihanna's had 3 kids, and I think that Rihanna would be even more huge, but she's decided just not to put out music over the last 10 years. But the only one out of them that is still big is Beyonce. Ashanti was huge. Sierra was huge, but they were huge for a small period in time. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. Sierra's still relevant because she's married to Russell Wilson, but she hasn't had like a whole bunch of hits or anything. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. We have a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. But, because we have someone here that hates Jay-Z, but, so I'm talking about female R&B. So think about it like this. Brandy and Monica were huge in the 90s. If we go off of record sales and who had the popularity and the TV show and the movies, Brandy was the winner. Brandy was that, BITCH. Let's just keep it real. When I was growing up, I loved Brandy. I didn't dislike Monica at all. I liked her, but I don't know. Brandy was everywhere. Like people, we would talk about Moesha like at school. So like Brandy was that girl, like for real. Don't get me wrong. I do like Monica. I like them both. But, back in the day, Brandy was that chick. And, but neither one of them are still like, at the level that they once were. And then, like I mentioned, we had Maya. I mean, she fell off. She says, I've seen plenty of interviews with her. She says that she didn't want to sell her soul. I'll be honest. I don't dislike Maya, but I didn't feel like, how there's some artists, they just got it. They just got that, either they have the look or they got the personality or how do you want to say this? Some people have that it factor. Maybe I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I never really cared for Maya. I could see why she was like in the background, like where the other ones were more of a star than her. I just didn't, I don't know. Like she's cool. I've seen her, giving interviews. Like I like her, but I would never be like, oh my God, I'm a diehard Maya fan. You know what I mean? Like, but anyways, and then after that, we had Ashanti. Now, I loved Ashanti when she first came out. I still like her now. But you see, my whole point of bringing all these people up is that, of bringing all these people up is just to show that, it's very hard to have a legendary long-standing career that lasts more than 3 or 4 years. And I was only mentioning those singers because, we have someone in here that says that Jay-Z wasn't the hottest when he was in his prime. And you know what? You're probably correct. I'm sure if we pull it up the charts, I'm sure Nelly sold more. I'm sure that 50 Cent and Eminem sold more. Well, you could look at it like this. Is it about who was the hottest for a few years? Or is it over the duration of your life? Because he's richer than all of those people now. So, and he had the longer, lengthier career. Do you want a longer career or do you want to be hot for 5 years? So that's all I will say about it. I'm not standing for Jay-Z. Now, I did see your comment and I didn't mention him, but I will say this, that obviously when I was growing up, R. Kelly and Mariah Carey were my two favorites. They're still my two favorites from the 90s right now. You are 100% correct that R. Kelly is the king of R&B. I'm sorry, it is not Chris Brown. And I do really like Usher, but he's not, but okay. I do really like Usher. I do like Usher, but R. Kelly is the king of R&B. It's undisputed. However, you know, like we've seen with all of these celebs like Diddy and him and, you know, a lot of these powerful men that have money, you know, when they get their money, they do things that they're not supposed to do. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, oh my goodness, I think I hear some static right now. So we're going to take a quick break, and I am going to try to fix this. Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly or not. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully that fixed everything. All right, let me know. Oh, goodness. Hopefully that fixed everything.
So, y'all gotta know the difference between a hack bag and a Birkin bag. So this is a men's carry-on bag when you're traveling. So a lot of times when people see a male carrying a bag like this, they be like, oh, that's a Birkin. You have to know the difference. Look it up. HAC, it's a hack bag. But I like to call it a hot, but it's really called a hack. You see, this is the size of it. No. This is different. This is a man's carry-on. Now, of course, we have two new Birkins right here. As you can see, custom bags. And y'all know the price of these, as you can see. Trick or treat, Halloween, or
All right, let's see if, let me know if you guys can hear me clearly or not. Hopefully, I was able to fix it this time. All right, sounds good to me. So, we were reminiscing about the 1990s, and someone mentioned R. Kelly. So, of course, of course, we know that R. Kelly outshined everybody in the 90s and the 2000s. And I definitely agree with your statement, Richard. It is unfortunate that, the stuff that he did, that we are not even allowed to listen to him anymore. He can't give any tours. I mean, I don't know. Disappointing for sure. But yeah, definitely I agree with you that R. Kelly is the king of R&B. I don't know. I never liked Chris Brown, honestly, and I do like Usher. That's all I have to say. But R. Kelly is the king of R&B, and it's just a shame that all the things that he did. But I definitely miss the 90s and the early 2000s. I feel like along music, along with society, everything is just falling off a cliff. What do you guys think? Like the last decade has been, shit. Do you guys think that? I don't know. I just think everything's gone to shit. Nothing's been very good since COVID. Since like 2020, have things been good? So, this is the Money Show. We're talking about money. Jay-Z teams up with Target to release a limited edition vinyl to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Reasonable Doubt album. Jay-Z is reportedly worth 2.8 billion, married to Beyonce, who just became a billionaire in the last few months herself. And, he is facing a lot of backlash because people are saying, Black people are boycotting Target over the removal of DEI initiatives last year. So, I think that, I'm not running to Target to buy no vinyl, and we're going to see what people do. I'm not going to make any predictions because I could be wrong. I don't know. I would like to think that people are not going to go run to buy this because, reportedly, I think it's supposed to sell for $40. So I just think right now with the state of the economy, why would you go out and go buy some vinyl for $40 of anybody right now? But, the theme of this show is, money, talking about how much money does one person need to be satisfied, to be content. And, we previously talked about Will Smith and how he says that over $1 million, that money brings you misery. As you can see, there's Will Smith on the screen right now with his lovely wife, Jada. And you can see how much money that Will Smith has made in the duration of his career. Now, I know some of you that are in here right now didn't see the clips on Will Smith, so I'm going to play a couple clips of what Will Smith had to say, his thoughts on, having money, a lot of money. And you guys can let me know what you think, in the comments section.
The material world is utterly incapable of providing lasting happiness. It's just you have to get to the ends of the things and still be miserable to realize that. People talk about rock bottom. I coined a phrase that there's a corresponding place I call it cliff top, where you wear out everything in the material world. It is an absolute abyss when you realize that there's nothing left in this world to reach for to make you happy. And then you realize that the final frontier is getting your inner house in order, with no women, with no drugs, with no money, with nothing. Can you cultivate a joyful spirit just with you and you?
$100 bills section. We like to call this the Andrew Jackson section, but I like to call it wallpaper. 200,000 in 20s. I heard in the song you can get the biggest Chanel bag in the store if you want it. Well, it's the biggest Chanel bag in the world. I got this bag from Karl Lagerfeld. R.I.P. May he rest in peace. Money getting motherfucker like myself, always showing out, always talking shit. Like 1.8 million, you know how it is. Check it out. Let them know it's all hundreds. Money made all motherfucking day.
There's an amount of money that once you pass it, it buys misery. Once you have a certain amount of money, you can change people's lives. So it's really all people can think about. So it's difficult to make new friendships at certain financial points, right? In America, somewhere around $1 million a year, it starts going the other way, where it's more problems beyond that. And you start getting into really an attack zone.
I can't speak for nobody else. I only can speak for myself. When you VIP, you shop how you want to shop. Check it out. The Himalaya bag, of course. Shopping with the Himalaya today. Let's foot up. A little bit today. Let's foot up a little bit. Light cash, little work. I'm shopping all by myself. Look at the whole store. Check it out. Look.
So yeah, Floyd Mayweather and Will Smith are definitely different in how they see money. They both have made millions of dollars. And, Will Smith is basically almost denouncing having a lot of money. I'm going to play this last clip by Floyd Mayweather. This just sums everything up.
Crazy. People are always in my fucking business, worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm going to stay in my lane. I ain't going to fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I say, fuck it. If I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs 18 million. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do for you motherfucking haters today? I'm gonna go fuck off $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made all motherfucking day.
You heard it right there. Money may all effing day. Do you guys see the confidence, what money can do for anyone? I was going to say for a man, but for anyone. How confident he was, just, just crazy, man. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather has definitely asked for the attention. I don't like fame. I don't like the idea of fame. I just want money. I want to be them. I want to be those older white people that have, millions of dollars. They live in Vermont somewhere. You would never even know who they are. Nobody knows who they are. That's the kind of money I want to have. I don't want anybody to know that I have money. I don't have any money, but when I do get money, I mean, honestly, do you really want people to know that you have money? I'm not saying I want someone to think that I'm broke, but I don't want them to think that I have money, like millions. Or when you start getting on these people's level, I don't want people to, like, I don't even think that, like, even forget about money. I don't even think I want to go places and people are screaming my name and you have no privacy. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would like that. I obviously haven't been famous, but I just don't think that I would like that. You guys, make sure that you guys check out my other videos that I have done on Floyd Mayweather. Um, he's just been a very trending topic over the last month, you know. So make sure that you guys check out my other videos. Oh, I just read your last comment. I'm not going to say it, but I just read your last comment. No, I'm not looking to do that. I'm just saying that I want to be wealthy, but I don't look, I'm not saying I got to be Elon Musk wealthy. I'm just saying, like, wealthy meaning, like, I don't know, you got a couple million. That's good enough. A couple $1,000,000. And I'm not saying literally two, I'm just saying, like, you have plenty of money in your bank account. You got savings, retirement. You don't got to stress and worry. You can go out to eat. You can go out to a steakhouse every week, spend $400, $500 and don't care. Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I want to buy an $18 million watch. I don't want to buy any watches, but I'm just saying, I don't need to be Floyd Mayweather rich or, anything more rich than that. Just, more than comfortable enough, not living just to get by. So I think that's going to do it for this video. You guys check out my other videos that are going to drop today. I want to thank everybody who participated in the show. You guys, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel right now if you're not subscribed, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you do not miss me when we are going live. Yes, subscribe. Catch you guys on the next one.